What's up, guys? Got Dave here, and this morning I'd like to do a little review on the Duke 690. Had it for about a year and a half, got about 10,000 miles on it. It's been awesome. There's so many fun things about this bike, so many good things. It's a very well designed machine. Let's get into it. It's got one of the best headlights, beam coverage wise, that I've ever used. Like if you go shoot the canyon at night, dude, it's like stock, it's like an HID. It's gnarly, you can see everything. It's got one of the lightest clutches that I've ever used. This Magura hydraulic clutch is amazing. And then they coupled it with a slipper clutch. Built-in vacuum actuated built-in slipper clutch, so when you downshift, it's seamless. It doesn't go ooh and like throw you over the bars or try to lock up the back tire. It's like super nice. It's got ABS, front and back ABS. I think they use the Bosch system for that. It's got fly-by-wire throttle, so you don't have a throttle cable. You just got a little wire coming out of there. It's super lightweight, only weighs 312 pounds with a full tank of gas. It's got like 70 horse. It's a 690, so it's almost a 700cc, and it's a single cylinder, so it's a big old thumper, basically like a bowling ball going up and down in there. And it's just a really fun bike. The way that they made the frame and set it up, the swing arm's really long, and it makes it handle super good. It handles really, really good. You can hit turns on this bike like really hard. Not now, of course, because it's freaking slimy out, but it's a fun bike. Definitely a good little canyon bike if you want something that is just fun to ride. You don't even have to think about it. Like, I would recommend this bike to a beginner, just because it's so easy to ride. You just hop on and go. It's really easy to find neutral in it. That's another thing that's really good about this bike. I like the dash. I like having the needle for the tack and the digital numbers for the speedo. I like how that is. I actually geared this bike up. Like, I went one tooth bigger on the front, on the pinion, because it seemed like it was geared a little bit too low for me, like right when I first got it. And it does the speedo through the ABS, like using like this. It knows like what size the wheel is, and so it does it that way. So it didn't throw off my speedometer when I changed the gears. The speedometer is still correct, so that made me happy. So that was an easy mod, and it's just a fun bike. I've done a bunch of stuff to it to make it look different and run different, and it's really cool. The only thing that I've ever heard anybody complain about this bike is that the suspension doesn't have any adjustment, and it doesn't. There's no rebound dampening or compression dampening or anything like that. You know, like my RC8, it's got all of that stuff. It's got adjustments everywhere, where this doesn't have. You can basically adjust how stiff the coil spring is in the rear, and that's it. And I think once it broke in, I went one notch stiffer on the rear spring, and that's where it's set right now, is one notch stiffer than stock. But other than that, and that's about all you could change as far as the handling of the bike goes. And you can raise and lower the front end. Like, I raised the front end all the way up, instead of, you know how it's got the lines on the stanchions, so you could like go like one line, two lines, whatever, and make the front end lower. I've got the front end all the way up because it seemed like it was like real like twitchy to me, like all whoa when I first got it, and so I raised the front end up like that, and it made it way more stable. Because I guess from the companies I talked to, Scott because I wanted to get a steering dampener for it. I talked to Scott and I talked to GPR, and both of those the reps at the companies told me that they don't make it because the key is too close to like everything else or whatever, and they can't actually fit their unit in there without hitting the key or whatever. Both of them told me that. So you can't get a dampener for the 990 or the 690. They don't make it. So, oh well on that one, because I would have gotten one if they made it. I probably would have spent the money and gotten that. But other than that, very cool bike, very fun to ride. Awesome deal for the price, for what you get, in my opinion. So that's it. I'm gonna go get me some breakfast. You guys have a great day. Peace.